Oregon-Oaxaca Solidarity is a group of folks here from Portland and from Oregon that came together basically because we were concerned about all the repression that was going on in Oaxaca. And we have three things mainly that we do. One thing is that we try to educate people. We try and educate people about what's going on in Oaxaca, the history of the conflict.
Oaxaca vive! La lucha sigue!
Reports are flooding in this morning, May 15th, about a teacher's strike in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Yes, they do this all the time, every year.
Well, why are they striking?
Oh, you know, those teachers, they ask for the most outrageous things.
I don't make enough money to buy my children clothes.
No tenemos libros para estudiar.
Our children are hungry all day.
Queremos paz.
Don't worry, I am your governor. I was voted in by the rich and powerful. I will bring order to this chaos. These teachers must be stopped. They are disrupting business. My rich friends are angry. Police, go! Use any means necessary.
We're teachers, not criminals. Be strong, have a barricade.
Aquí estamos y no nos vamos.
Aquí estamos
y no nos vamos.
These teachers are vandals and scum. Don't support them, let the police take care of it.
We don't need this bad government. Udo doesn't even represent any of us.
He was never a farmer or a worker or a chicle vendor.
Nunca he escuchado nuestras demandas.
We need a new government. Let's do it ourselves.
Abajo el mal gobierno.
Crush them all. We can't afford to lose tourist business.
Now it's time for international solidarity. The people of Oaxaca have demanded that the world listen to their cry for peace and desire for dignity and justice in their lives. It is up to the whole world to take part in this. Todos somos Oaxaca!
Todos somos Oaxaca! Todos somos Oaxaca! Todos somos Oaxaca! We are all Oaxaca!
Second, we try to raise material aid and funds for the victims of the repression in Oaxaca for projects like community radio stations for artists in Oaxaca. Some of the things that we've raised funds are for our prisoners, legal fees, and also money for their families because they have to live without their family members. And then the last thing that we do is we provide action. We go out into the streets whenever something happens, and we are there to let not only the Mexican government know, but the press in the United States and people in the United States know that we're watching what's happening in Oaxaca, and that we're not going to let this kind of repression happen in Oaxaca. So we go into the streets. And basically why people in Oregon care is because there's a lot of different reasons. One of which is there's a lot of people in Portland and Oregon that are from Oaxaca, that are Oaxacan migrants. And they've come here because the situation in Oaxaca is bleak for a lot of people. They don't have a lot, I don't know, they can't farm, they're losing their farms, they don't necessarily have food, they don't have jobs, so they migrate to the United States. One of the largest incomes of people in Oaxaca is remittances, which are money from migrants in the United States that is sent back to people in Oaxaca. And the second largest thing is tourism, which is also dependent on people in the United States.
I'm here today because it is the first anniversary of when the governor of Oaxaca, Mexico, Ulysses Ruiz, ordered the police to go and break up a peaceful teachers' strike. They violently attacked the teachers' strike, and at that point, the people of Oaxaca came together. There was a popular uprising to oust the governor. He still is holding power. We're also here today because on Tuesday, the Del Monte Fresh Fruit Company was raided, and over 160 people were taken into custody. We don't see these as separate events. We see that because of repression in people's home countries, not only in Mexico, but in places like Somalia, people are forced to immigrate to the United States. And with a broken immigration system and without a legal path to citizenship, many people do have to break laws of this country in order to feed their families.
Well, I think what's happening in Oaxaca and the way that the people have come together and have not only protested against an illegitimate government, but have taken their city and their state and their country, their land, into their own hands and taking their futures into their own hands is something incredibly inspiring. It's much more than simply resistance, much more than simply protesting. It's creating the new world that we need, creating the structures of decision making, creating the structures of organizing in our communities that is critical if we are really going to be able to address the deep problems of the world creatively and in a democratic way.
Isn't the best type, let's fight. I get the chase cut quicker when laced up. Rivers of this liquor, I waste cups, hate luck. I can hammer y'all up for the dialogue. You spitting what you living and dying for. How I'm on, take 'em off mode, digging this lost soul. Your dividends are frivolous, more so ridiculous wardrobe. Man, niggas sick of my full blow. Roll up on niggas like Fonto, pronto. Whoa, I'm entitled to hoes, so your bitch still buying my clothes. Rider, gotta get dough, a mil left and I got about $1 to go. So the streets won't see.
Estamos aquí con mucho cariño y sobre todo cariño. Yo me levanté en la mañana un poco odio, ¿no? De lo que está pasando ahorita en Oaxaca, pero después del transcurso del día me siento más, no sé, más tristeza y ya está transformando pues a cariño, porque no sé, siento que pues a través de la solidaridad, a través de ser compañeros, compañeras, esa es la única salida de la guerra, de la violencia. Entonces este es un espacio muy bonito para mí, porque se nota que pues personas de varios países, varias culturas que hablan varios idiomas, podemos juntarnos y estar en paz para exigir la paz a través de la paz.
Spilling out of the lack, DUI telling cops stop riding my sack. Profit, really need to get your logic intact. You worship felons and I'm telling them I'm hotter than that. Adonis. When I post up, take a picture, matter of fact, get a poster. Streets wanna see a nigga in his grave, don't wanna see the young boy do his thing. Either way, that's the way they get down, they get down, they get down, they get down. All I see is dollar bills circulating. I don't know about you, but I'm about this cake. They hate, that's the way they get down.